Asha Sharma woke up this morning and told all the ponies this.
Them dead, them dead, 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 them dead, them dead, 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 them dead, them dead, dead, dead.
But why, Asha? Why would you say such a thing about these long horse-faced ponies? You see, fans told Asha back in the Xbox showcase, the last Xbox showcase, that they don't want to see any PlayStation logos on, Xbox videos. And guess what? Asha listened. Now, this is some good news because it really helps us to see that Asha is listening. And guess what? This move would make Xbox better in the sense that when it is Xbox is showing things on Xbox videos on Xbox platform, the focus is Xbox first, no other platform. So this is very clear that guess what? Asha is not playing. She is not playing with you, Pony. She is not like Phil Spencer, Kumbaya, Kumbaya. That's all Phil Spencer sang. No. Right now, Asha is saying,
this means war.
and don't think for a minute that Asha Sharma only has smoke for rival platforms. No, Asha is even holding members of her own staff accountable. You see, in the Xbox reset, she also did say that she was going to leverage more popular titles like Elder Scroll. She said, guess what? We are going to pump more money into Elder Scroll, Fallout, and popular titles like these. Is she delivering? Yes, she is delivering because look at this tweet. Asha Sharma tweeted, live playthrough of the Elder Scroll 6. I don't know what name is that. This morning, the scale and grandeur are incredible. The story is even greater. And since she tweeted that, this tweet would have gotten more than 8 million views on Twitter. And it just goes to show how popular Elder Scrolls is, and what Asha is doing is purposely drumming up hype for this particular game. Let's face it, Elder Scroll will really make some ponies rethink not owning Xbox. I mean, just listen to this.
And carve out a space in the marketplace. And yes, they could make Elder Scrolls exclusive to that hardware. I don't want them to do that because I don't want to buy an Xbox.
Ninja, please. Ninja, please. Ninja, please.
I want to buy a PS6 and buy Elder Scrolls on my PS6 and play it there.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
But like, they could do this and it would move units, and there's a world where they could actually say, you know what, we're here and the last two generations don't matter, and we're gonna make games exclusive on this piece of hardware and we're gonna make people want to buy it. They could go that route. I guess I'm just making a semantic argument about, well, no, I think it's about the fact that we don't believe in them and the fact that like that would never work because just Xbox just is not competent enough to make that work.
You heard that, Pony. He is angry because Microsoft could make Elder Scrolls 6 an exclusive to Xbox. So here we have his idol slot, and he's basically retweeting what Alina Analytics has tweeted about Halo Campaign Evolve. It's saying that the game, the console, or the platform that sold the most is Xbox console. Now this is kind of crazy. You know why? Because Halo Campaign Evolve is on Game Pass, and we know if a game is on Game Pass, we know that persons may not go out and buy it as if it was not on Game Pass. So the mere fact that Halo Campaign Evolve was on Game Pass and still outsold PlayStation is crazy work. But it just goes to show the split. So far, this game would have, it would have sold 1.2 million copies, and that is no small number to sneeze at, given the time frame it has been released. Now, this is good news. This is good news here. Now, it could have done better being a big franchise like Halo, but again, this game is an older game. It doesn't have campaign, but it just gives the PlayStation community a little taste of greatness when it comes to Halo. So, I mean, this is nuts. What you guys thought about, Halo Campaign Evolve selling more on Xbox, although it is on Game Pass? Wow. If you have been on my channel for some time now, you would recall I said that the PlayStation community, they just don't buy their first party games. And it goes without saying that Sony is making bank this generation, not on the so-called first party bangers, but because of multiplayer. And that is the sentiments among most gamers. Now, when it comes to criticizing the PlayStation fans, a lot of the talking heads in the PlayStation community do not criticize these fans. But for the first time, I have seen a pony is admitting what I would have said, months, years ago. And it is Colin Moriarty. Yes, Mr. Moriarty. He has awoken. He is awake right now because he is speaking the truth about the PlayStation community. I mean, let's just listen to what he's saying here concerning, does the PlayStation community really buy games? Look at this.
The one thing that I wanted to say, though, and I've been trying to articulate this, and I talked a little bit about this, I think, on the stream, but if I had more time and inclination, I would even make a video about this, because I think there's something here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I think this is the outcry, right, about not only the discs, but about PlayStation generally over the last few years. Because I've been on record as saying that I believe that there is something really weird going on.
Are you sure, Colin, that something is weird going on? Is it more weird than donut toilet paper man?
I am the toilet paper. Chocolate donut man, chocolate donut man, chocolate donut man.
Yo, shout the season, man. Shout the season, man.
Like there's something weird in the ether. Something doesn't feel right. Right? Like it doesn't. There's something weird about PlayStation right now.
Well, tell us, Colin. Tell us, what is weird about PlayStation? Is it weird that they are not listening to none of you fans, none of the talking heads? They are just doing their own thing? So they don't care about the no buy situation. They don't care that their fans want physical media. On the other hand, when we look at Asha, Asha is basically listening to the fans, seeing where it's feasible and actually doing it. Oh, it's now coming to the realization that Sony don't care, Colin. They don't care.
And whether it matters or not, whether it tracks for the market or not, is a totally different story or a different series of stories. But what I think I've come to realize is we are seeing the outburst, reasonably so, of a group of people on a console and in the console space that are starting to realize that it's no longer about them. And I was saying recently that I said it on social, I think, actually, that I kind of already realized this intuitively in the early to mid PS4 generation. When you started to see like what was doing well and how things were going and how things were selling and how people were spending their time. And I remember being blown away over and over and over again during that era, and even in the early Sacred Symbols era, where we would discover like, how much are they selling these things on Fortnite for? What? Like, Madden Ultimate Team cards make what? Like, and you start kind of internalizing this idea. It's like, this can't possibly be true and it be about me anymore. And I think that people have gone along, reasonably so, under the idea that, oh no matter what kind of casual play goes on this console, it really runs through us. And we kind of determine the direction of things. And I'm like, I don't think so.
In Colin, you don't have to think. We know, we have the data. Sony is not focused on the hardcore, the guys who want that AAA experience. No. Sony has made more money this generation and while producing the least amount of first-party content. So it's very clear that Sony could make money without catering to the first-party community. And for the hardcore audience who only want these so-called AAA bangers that cost a lot of money to make, third parties making more than enough money for Sony than ever before. And to add to that, you ponies aren't buying the first party games in droves. That's just the facts. Final Fantasy would have made record profits, or rather Square Enix would have made record profits this quarter because they came out of the exclusivity deal with Sony and they are going multi-plat. So at the end of the day, these ponies are not buying their exclusives, and that's just not my opinion, that's just the facts. 100 million what?
And I think they're telling you that, and that's a little to swallow. Because I understand that a lot of us were there since the beginning, and people like us are the ones that constructed this place. But they don't really care. And you can't. This is why when people were upset when I tweeted this last week, but it's true. It's like when they're talking about exclusive games and how important they are, I'm like, don't you see the inverse relationship between exclusivity and money made? It might not be causal, but it exists. In other words, like, our behavior doesn't move the needle. All of this shit does. They're making more and more and more and more and more money, releasing fewer and fewer and fewer first-party games, many of which don't even sell, like Saros.
Damn. I'm sorry.
But it's not only Soros, Mr. Moriarty. Look at your screen, Mr. Moriarty. Because this really says a lot. This really says a lot. According to the ponies, they would have shipped close to 100 million consoles, but only 250,000 would have bought Token Fighter Soul. I mean, this is just shameful. Out of that 100 million consoles shipped, are you telling me that not even 1 million could have bought this in the first day or in the opening 3 days? This is appalling. So yes, these games aren't selling on PlayStation.
Which was played by a virtually irrelevant number of people. When you consider they have 125 or 130 million monthly active users and 500,000 people played it. And then what you walk away from that is that your behavior matters. Like,
right, yeah.
And for the first time, Colin Moriarty told the truth about the PlayStation community. They don't buy games. That's just the facts. That's not my opinion or my bias talking. The numbers ain't matching. You can't have close to 100 million consoles and say that exclusive matters. And guess what? You guys ain't even buying these exclusive. The reason why the PlayStation 5 is selling the way it's selling is not because of the exclusive. That is just a fact, because persons aren't buying it. So at the end of the day, it's finally, this is vindication that at least these ponies are telling the truth. Yes, a great awakening is happening. So let me hear what you thought of this big time pony admitting that his community do not buy games. That's very clear. Let me know in the comment sections below, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.